Ever split a pizza with someone? Seems simple, right? You just cut it in half and each person gets an equal share. But what happens when things don't go as planned? Ideally, you cut it in half and they choose a slice. Fairness prevails. Everyone is happy and the world makes sense. But what if you cut the pizza unevenly? What if your hand slips or you just can't get it right? What if one slice is significantly larger than the other? Suddenly, the simple act of sharing becomes a complex negotiation. Does your friend accept the smaller slice without complaint? Or do they feel slighted and demand a do over? Do they look dissatisfied holding the smaller slice, wondering if they got the short end of the stick? This, my friends, is a glimpse into the fascinating world of the ultimatum game. It's a simple yet profound experiment that reveals much about human nature. We like to think we're rational beings. We believe we make decisions based on logic and reason. We weigh our options, calculate risks, and aim for the best possible outcome. It's all about maximizing benefits and minimizing losses. But human behavior is rarely that simple. Our decisions are influenced by a myriad of factors beyond pure logic. Emotions, perceptions of fairness, and even social pressure play significant roles in how we make choices. We are social creatures, after all. The Ultimatum Game shines a light on this intriguing interplay between logic and human nature. It shows us that fairness and justice are not just abstract concepts, but deeply ingrained in our psyche. So, buckle up as we explore this intriguing game. We'll dive deep into the mechanics and psychology behind it. We'll delve into the captivating realm of game theory, understanding how these principles apply not just in games but in real life scenarios, and uncover how these concepts play out in our everyday lives, from boardrooms to living rooms. Get ready to see your workplace interactions in a whole new light. The lessons from the ultimatum game might just change the way you view fairness and decision making forever. The ultimatum game is deceptively simple, yet it reveals profound insights into human behavior and decision making. Imagine two players, let's call them Alice and Bob. They are about to engage in a negotiation that will test their sense of fairness and rationality. Alice is given a sum of money, say $100, and must propose how to split it with Bob. She has complete control over the initial offer. Bob can either accept Alice's offer, in which case they both get the agreed upon amounts, or reject it outright. If Bob rejects the offer, neither of them gets anything. This all or nothing outcome adds a layer of tension to the negotiation. Now, if Alice were a purely rational being, she would offer Bob the smallest possible amount, maybe $1, reasoning that Bob would accept anything rather than nothing at all. Makes sense, right? After all, $1 is better than zero. But here's where it gets interesting. Human behavior often defies pure logic. In reality, people playing Bob often reject offers they perceive as unfair, even if it means sacrificing their own gain. Why? Because fairness matters. People value fairness and are willing to forego personal gain to punish what they see as greedy or unfair behavior. This game highlights the complex interplay between rational self interest and social norms. It shows that our decisions are influenced not just by cold, hard logic, but also by our sense of justice and equity. The ultimatum game, therefore, is more than just a simple exercise in economics. It's a window into the human psyche, revealing how deeply our social values are embedded in our decision making processes. Understanding these dynamics can help us navigate negotiations and relationships more effectively, both in the workplace and beyond. This is where game theory comes in. It's not just about winning or losing, it's about understanding the strategic interactions between rational decision makers. Game theory helps us analyze situations where the outcome of one person's choice depends on the choices of others. By examining these interactions, we can predict potential outcomes and make more informed decisions. In the ultimatum game, Bob's decision isn't just about the money, it's about sending a message. When Bob rejects a low offer, he's not merely forfeiting cash. Rejecting a low offer is a way of punishing Alice's perceived unfairness. It's a bold statement. I'd rather get nothing than be treated unfairly. This act of rejection can influence future interactions and negotiations. Game theory helps us understand these seemingly irrational behaviors. It provides a framework for analyzing how people make decisions in strategic situations, even when those decisions seem to defy pure logic. By applying game theory, businesses can better navigate complex negotiations, competitive markets, and collaborative efforts. It allows us to see beyond the surface and understand the deeper motivations driving people's choices. Ultimately, game theory equips us with the tools to anticipate and influence outcomes in a variety of strategic scenarios, making it an invaluable asset in the world of business and beyond.